All right, let's try this for a second time. Why don't we? Second time is a charm, hopefully. Let's hope. There it is. Yes, it is. All right, guys. Welcome to the Game Talk Night Owl podcast. My name is Master Frylock 13. We are streaming on YouTube and on Trovo and on my buddies separately streaming on D Live. We are here.
Coming up on the 12-hour mark, brought to you by Old Trapper's Beef Jerky.
Old Trapper.
It is the tastiest. Oh my god.
What the hell's wrong with you? Like, Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Here we are.
Absolutely delicious.
Absolutely delicious. Oh man.
Oh jeez.
And let's make sure here. Hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. We're checking. I'm checking video here. Make sure everything is squared away. The video. Okay, we are live now. And edit video real quick. Let's make sure here. Yeah, let's make sure we're public. There we go. Save. Okay. All right, now that's been fixed. We are public. All right, cool. Everybody can view it on the other side. Because the YouTube studio, it's very weird. Like, I'm telling you, it's very weird. So let me close a lot of these tabs. You know, I got so many tabs open right now. It's like insane. Because I've been trying to make sure this works. Anyway, I hope you guys like the layout. Let me know. Let me know if you like this because we could do something similar to this. I did this makeshift just for the hell of it. And I cropped out everything to make sure it looks really nice for you guys on all three platforms. Oh. Yeah, we are golden tonight. Looking good. 1080p. Well, it's only saying I'm streaming at 720. I don't know why. But, maybe if I refresh the page, maybe. Let's see. 1080. That's 1080. Yeah, 1080. We're golden. Looking good. All right. And then on the YouTube side, we should be 1080. Make sure before we get started. 1080. Yep, 1080 60. All right, right on. Pop out this chat too. And we're golden tonight. So what's up, all platforms? I hope everybody's doing well tonight. We're going to be talking about a lot of topics. I got Digital Fracture here. Go ahead and say hello. Minus his beef jerky.
What's up?
Minus his beef jerky. Next thing you know, we're going to be sponsored by, what's that company?
Browsers? Yeah, I was looking for that one too.
Oh, Jesus. There we go. The fun begins. Where do we want to kick it off with? Do we want to talk about the price hikes on games, or do we want to talk about EVO being canceled completely? I know you're a fighting game fan.
Oh, dude. Like, EVO, bro. Like, why? Why do these people gotta be the way they are, man? Like, why can't we just live in a society?
Why is there sick people in the world of things?
Why, dude? It's so stupid, dude. It really is. It's the dumbest shit on the planet. Like, why can't people just have a normal life? Have normal things that you like and that you're into? Like, why do you have to be for kids, dude? It's fucking disgusting, dude. Like,
really? Yeah.
EVO! That was like my holiday season for fighting games, man. All the best announcements for fighting games happened at EVO. And what happens? This shit happens. And it's like, why?
Why did things happen? Why did things happen, right?
God, dude. Like, for real, though. Like, why do they have to be so damn attracted to, like, kids? Why can't they be attracted to a fucking... I don't know. Go fuck a Subway sandwich. Go put your dick in a pumpkin. Go stick a cucumber up your vagina. Any one of those things are acceptable. No, we gotta fuck with younger age people. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people, dude?
Right? I don't get it. And it ruins it for everybody. Now, will Evo bounce back from it? I don't think they will.
I don't know, man.
But there is what was it? I think AEW partnered with another organization that does fighting games with Joe Bailey or whatever his name was. The guy that has that meme all over the internet. You know.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
It's the one that came up out of nowhere for Evos and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was trying to do no veggies.
It's
interesting, all this shit that's going on in the world of things, man. It's an interesting time, man. I'm telling you.
It's fucking stupid, dude. Like, it's so stupid.
It is.
Like, why, dude? Like,
it ruins it for everybody, man. I'm telling you.
Like, they canceled Evo because of it, and rightfully so. Like, I get it, but dude, like, all of this shit could have been avoided if these people just knew how to keep their vaginas and their dicks in their fucking pants, bro.
Right?
Like,
it ruins it for everybody. Now, it brings the question, will they start a new event? Will somebody come up with a new event to make up for this? I hope so. I don't want to see, sponsors and people out of the, that were really looking forward to this being put out, because it is wages lost. And the employees that work for that event are being, it's a lost cause. They lose a lot of money out of it. I thought they were going to do online this year. I thought they were going to do, online stuff.
They were going to. No, they were going to. And then they ended up having to cancel it because of this shit, dude.
I'm hoping somebody picks up the slack. I'm really hoping one of the organizations, like maybe Capcom or a...
Trust me, you're not the only one, dude. I really hope they... Like, I don't... Is it really that hard, bro? Like...
I could see that, Junie. I really could. But the thing is that for me, it's a disappointment to a lot of freaking. It's disappointing all around, because a lot of people love Evo, in general. And the allegations are, if the proven until guilty. You know what I mean? Proven until guilty, I guess, is the saying. It's the same what's going on in the wrestling industry. But that's been well documented for quite some time. The sexual abuse, things like that. And just recently, a company, streaming wise, just recently in the streaming profession, what happened on Mixer. I mean, things get underlooked all the time. And that's the shitty part, honestly. And now, now it's starting to come out that there may be allegations over on Twitch side. People are starting to talk about coming out and doing the speak out movement on Twitch. And that should have been done years ago. Where were they years ago on that one? They've been favoritizing people for quite some time. And I think we'll hear what really happened with Dr. Disrespect. I hope that shit comes out in a handbasket. I want to know the truth. I want these organizations to stop hiding things and just be transparent with all of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
Before it leads to this like stuff like what's going on with Evo, because it hurts. Who it hurts? It hurts people like us that are really looking every year to watch those events, watch the tournaments, watch the $1 million prize pool. That go on and watch it on ESPN and whatnot, and it just ruins it. It was kind of like the hot dog eating contest this year too. That was a little lackluster to me. Like, I get excited for those things because, you get to watch your favorite YouTuber that, eats. And it was really kind of lackluster this year. I thought they shouldn't have just had an event at all. You know what I mean? I wish they, didn't do the event at all because it was really lackluster. But, yeah, it sucks for Evo. I hope they bounce back. I hope they fire the CEO and bring somebody else in. Or, you know what? If it's that marred, change the name. Change the name from Evo to something else and just remarket it. Like how Impact, how TNA Wrestling was, and that was so marred towards the end, they changed it to Impact to give it more of a better feeling. They should do that now with Evo. If the CEO, and it's all proven until guilty stuff, if the allegations are real, then yeah, I think they should rebrand it or something else and kind of just put that, put that to the side. Hey, we're not this anymore, we're this, and bring people in that actually can, vent out all the trash. And I know Brim's really been, or Digital, has been really up in arms about the whole Evo thing because he likes Evo.
I watch it every year, dude. Every year. And if they forget to stream it, like they did that one year, like I'll fucking find someone's phone footage, dude. Like I loved Evo. I had a friend that we were like back when Tekken Tag first came into the scene, like we were gonna fucking do Evo together. Like we trained an entire year for it, and then shit happened. Obviously, life happened. Right. We couldn't do it. But like Evo was one of those goals of mine that I wanted to do, before I got too old for it,
Correct.
But no, we gotta fuck it up. We gotta fuck everything, huh?
Right?
Fucking asshole, dude.
Right? It takes one bad egg, man. And I don't understand it. You're of the age to know better. Like, come on, you're making millions, right? These people, like in the wrestling industry, right? They're making millions. Why do you need to do all this stuff? Jim Cornette, a legend, right? In the wrestling industry. Why? You don't need to take it that far. And to hold people like hostage and shit, to become a wrestler in the wrestling industry or like these fighting tournaments. Like, why do you need to prey on people? When they're trying to live their dream,
I think it's just they get fucking comfortable, dude. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's the only thing I could think of.
It's pathetic. It's sad. This whole thing that's going on right now, with the movie industry now, with what's going on in gaming, with Last of Us 2 being a kind of a shit show. If depending on the person. And how you take it in. That was kind of a shit show. You got made up reviews. You got people trying to pass this game along, 10 out of 10s. This world's getting really shady as far as I'm concerned about reviews and games. Now you have to be really, and even with the allegations, now you really have to, really have that, that 50-50 hindsight now at this point. It's really shitty. We were talking about this earlier about reviews and whatnot. And, do you take these reviews serious anymore when they get these products? Do you take them serious? With
kind of hard to, isn't it?
With us getting in the review space, it's going to be really hard, when it comes to vaping because, we're going to be buying a lot of it for sure. I'd rather go out and buy it personally than take it from a sponsor. Personally. If Smulk went like this, here, take this, review it. You know what I mean? I'm going to be real truthful about it to the core because I'd rather be real like I'm buying it. And if I lose a sponsor over it, so be it. I mean, I'd rather be real with the product than, sit here and tell you some bullshit about said product. Which, guys, don't buy a TFE 16. Stay away from that garbage. That shit is horrible. Horrible. I got a lot of vape friends out there that on streaming platforms. Like, I'll tell you what, it's all a gimmick. Like, they sell you, like, the first thing they sell you on is the fact that, oh my God, it has this glorious paint job. No. Hell no. The paint rubs off. The coils leak. They tell you, they change the system and they tell you, oh yeah, it's so great. No. Hell no. For the money I spent on that thing, I want it back. I want it back, and I want Smock to write me an apology.
You're not wrong, dude.
Like, just hella annoyed. Like, hella annoyed. Like, day one, the glass that, they give you, that big bulb, was so stuck when I went like this, it broke. When I did everything they said in the manual to go like this, it cracked. Like, the prong was bent. At the very bottom of my tank, it was bent slightly. That's why it was stuck the way it was. I found this out. And guess what I had to do? Take little tweezers and bend it back so the coil could sit properly. You know that's poor manufacturing, right? From the manufacturing plant. That's why I will ride and die with older smoke tanks over newer stuff from them. The older stuff works great. But I know Brim got I know Digital, you got a new tank just recently for yours.
I haven't even unboxed it yet, bro.
What brand did you go with? Ewell?
UL Crown 4. It's supposed to be leak proof. From what I read about it and what I've seen, it's kind of amazing. So I'm looking forward to the unboxing. I got an unboxing video coming. I got my camera in. I just gotta play around with the settings and do all the proper shit to it. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be doing it.
So we've had some minor technical minor stuff going on in our lives. That's why we haven't been doing the show.
Yeah, I've been through a fucking maelstrom of shit.
But last week, me and Metro
trying to get my head out of the clouds from it.
Me and Metro made do last week. It was kind of fun. We talked about a lot of older consoles. We made do when you went to bed last week.
Yeah.
I mean, we made a lot of do. But we went on extra. That was kind of sweet. Me and Metro kind of vibing off of each other last week was pretty cool. And, the show, like a lot of people on the Trovo side of things, really was loving it. Like, I've heard nothing but good things from the Night Owl section of it. We'll see. I'll hear from people about the afternoon section of it, the people that stayed and watched. Like I gave everybody a warning. I said we do go left field and right field a lot of times when we do topics. We constantly switch.
Go all over the place, brother.
Yep. So Evo out of the way. Let's talk about the game influx in price with next generation consoles around the corner. And a lot of people that I've seen who I stream with, who I've been talking to today, are not happy about it. They are really feeling like they're going to get nickeled and dimed and stabbed in the back by the developer. And I really don't blame people for that. That mixed feeling, that feeling. I don't blame people for that. 2K's already talking about that they're going to charge $60 for NBA 2K21. And then when next generation comes out, you will have to rebuy the game, technically, or pay a massive upgrade fee.
They can take that whole ordeal and shove it up their ass.
Now that brings the question.
How I feel about that.
Since Take-Two Interactive owns a lot of games, will they do this with GTA? Will they do this with Red Dead Redemption? So if you own the game, let's say on PS4 or Xbox One or even PC, are they going to nickel and dime? And that screams the question, will other companies do that? That's the question we've been talking about all day long today. Like, I just can't believe these companies are now starting to be so greedy. And they talked about 3 years ago that they weren't never going to go price hike crazy, but nobody talks about this on the 2K side when it comes to NBA games. The microtransactions are unfreaking believable. To even play online, you have to pay a microtransaction at times, coins. And nobody talks about this. Like, it's terrible. 2K should be ashamed. And if they go this way, I may not even buy their games going forward. I can't. $69.99 is a tough pill to swallow unless I'm getting something really worth the value. Or I'll wait for it to be half off, where it comes down in price, because I just can't afford it. That's expensive, especially when you have Cyberpunk and a lot of these other games coming out with free upgrades. So if you buy Crash Bandicoot, Tony Hawk, or any of these, Activision's literally telling you it's a free upgrade.
I like to know what they think a free upgrade is.
Hey, at least we're not getting 24-hour check-ins. At least we're not getting DRM and 24-hour check-ins, and we can only have a certain amount of people on our family share list. I mean, if we really go that way, then we're really rewinding, time back to 2013. When Don Matrick sat on stage and said, "Yeah, guys, guess what we're going to do? We're going to fuck you over." Ha! I hope they don't go that way. I really hope not. I hope I'm with Spawnwave and a few others that I watch on YouTube. I don't mind paying the $10 more if I'm getting a bunch of features and it's worth my while. If it's not, then I just won't support it. Because $69.99 a game is expensive. Like, if you pay for 3 of those things, you know, because I know everybody's going to go out and buy a PS5 or a PS4. PS5 and Xbox Series X, right? And you're probably going to buy 4 or 5 games. Most likely. Because you probably saved up so much money for it because you've been so excited, you know? But I don't know, Digital, what do you think about it all? All the increases?
I think it's a joke. I think their reasoning behind it is a joke. I'm tired of the excuses. They can't even make a full, solid, good experience out of the hundreds of games that are released every fucking year. We get 2 fucking gyms at best that aren't broken, that aren't bugged to hell and back. And they want us to spend more fucking money on software that is broken using recycled assets like fucking crazy. And they like to go and lie to people and say, we redesigned this game from the ground up.
Right.
They could suck my ass. That's what I think. They could literally suck my ass, dude. I don't care, dude. I am not going to spend $70 on a title that is not even guaranteed to fucking work. Right? Like, that is what drives me nuts more than anything, dude, is the audacity of these motherfuckers thinking they can charge whatever the fuck they want without a care in the world, without any care to your wallet, that they can rip you off whenever the fuck they want. And that, dude,
it boggles your mind, doesn't it?
Oh, it pisses me off because this is the shit that almost killed gaming for me, dude. Like, I literally almost sold my Steam account, my PC, my consoles, everything. I almost said fuck it and just I was done with gaming, dude. I was on the verge of leaving gaming altogether. If it wasn't for the fucking Wii U, I would have probably been done with gaming by now because of all the bullshit. No joke.
Well, what did we've not learned from history when it came to games? They did this when the Super Nintendo was out. They banked it on the cartridges being so much money, and they were like $69 to like literally $79 a piece. And it almost caused the gaming at that time to have a crash at one point. Like, It was ridiculous at one point. And, you know, will people buy into this?
Of course.
Well, I could see people buying into the smart upgrade system with the whole Madden, NHL, and things like that. And you pay, EA's only saying you're going to pay $10 more for the upgrade. That's their idea. Over time, you'll pay $10 and you'll get the upgrades you need. Activision's giving it to you for free. But the thing is, my whole thing is these companies, they should give us a list of where the smart upgrades are, how much you're paying for it, when and where. These companies need to be transparent. And Dre Lion says, "You're a joke, Brim. You're sick, Brim. No one wants to do that."
I mean, it's just, dude, like, I'm tired of their excuses. Every time they release a broken game, they say they didn't have enough time to develop it, or they didn't have enough time for QC. That are meeting demands of what people want. I'm just tired of it, bro. Like, and now they're like, oh, we gotta raise the prices, guys. We're not making enough money. Motherfuckers are making a killing in microtransactions. A killing, dude. Like, even to the point that just the amount of DLC that some of these fuckers put into their game equate to over 10 times the amount of what the original cost of the game was worth. Sims 4, for instance. If you were to pay full price for all the DLC, not even including the game, is over $600. The fucking what is it? The railway system simulator that they released recently. Same thing.
Roller Coaster
over
Tycoon?
$600 with a fucking DLC, dude.
Take a look at Fallout 76.
Don't even get me started on that game, man.
I bought Fallout 76 day one, and it was a broken mess. And then they were like, "Oh, here's some DLC." Right behind
Did you like getting fucked in the ass dry, dude? Because that's what they did to you.
Yes. Yeah, that's what happened. I bought it for friends, then I realized with all the donations I got for it, I just realized, holy shit, what did I do to myself?
You got ripped out of your ass, buddy.
Yeah, and I bought it physically for the PC because the digital download, like, they closed, like, the, I think Bethesda had an error where you couldn't buy it. And then I just said, fuck it, I'll go to the store and I'll just, I have an external DVD drive and install it that way. And then I still had to go through a update that was a bitch and a half. And then that's not even including the fuckery they did with their BR. That's not the fuckery what they did with their DLCs. People have told me the game has gotten better, but I don't know. That game has been dead on arrival since. And it's kind of like Anthem. But EA has gone back on a lot of their stuff.
EA is trying to fix that game.
They're doing everything they can to make everybody happy.
As much as I want to hate them, as much shit that I want to just throw their way, at least they're trying. And I can't shit on them for trying, because if you shit on them for trying, then you're no better than the people that bitch for no reason when,
Right.
So.
Well, here's the thing with EA, and I heard this today from a fellow Game Talk crew member, Blue. He was saying EA is going to screw up. EA is going to do this. But right now, EA is really doing the right things right now. They're saying the right things. They're doing the right things. They partnered up with Steam. They're redoing everything they did wrong and trying to fix it. I mean, if you hate EA that badly, then don't play on their games. Don't buy their games on Steam. They're really.
I like EA. I really do. I like EA. I like EA for the simple fact that they're some of the few people that are trying their hardest right now to make things work for people. So.
Well, their Origins wasn't that great to begin with.
No, it was trash.
Like, Origin was just a mixed bag of just garbage. And it was like,
it was garbage.
It was trying to be good old games in a way, with the way good old games setup was back in the day, with the big game art in the middle. It was so bad. And then like their beta stuff was terrible. And then like they had stuff on the cloud, right? You would load it, right? Your saves, and it wouldn't even work. That's how bad Origins was at one point. And Punkbuster built into it was terrible too. Would never work half the time. Origin, like even XSplit, right? Origin, they tell you right on the bottom of it, if you're running Origin, disable their overlay. That's how bad it is.
Yeah. Origin is still pretty bad, and I can't wait until they do away with it completely.
I'm happy they went the Steam direction with a thin client.
It's actually not a bad client. I used it. It's okay. It's pretty good. It'll allow you to log in through Steam, and it'll keep you logged in.
Hopefully they they keep to their word and they let us transfer all of our games over like they said in the fall. Hopefully they keep to that commitment. EA, I think it's EA and Ubisoft are really working hard, and I got to give them both credit. They're really trying to gain back the
Ubisoft's been trying for a long time, and who knows if they'll ever actually get there, but at least they're fucking trying.
Right?
Which is the most I could say for...
Don Gamer says, yo, guys, could not sleep, so I am up for this podcast. It's 4:40 a.m. in the morning for me. Well, thank you for stopping in, bud. I appreciate that.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Definitely.
So, yeah, my whole thing with the price increase, I just really believe that, gaming companies are being greedy. And I hope it doesn't trickle down. I hope it doesn't trickle down into the indie games. I really hope it doesn't. Where they start charging, tons of money for their games. And thank God I got Risk of Rain for $10 when I did, or like it was like $5 on sale. Thank God I did. Risk of Rain 2. Thank God I did. Need to dive into that game. But it's going to be going up to what, $30? I think it is eventually. 30. I think that's what
Yeah.
it was. But yeah, the price increase on games are ridiculous. They need to figure it out before the launch of these of these consoles. Figure it out. Because if these consoles come in at $450, $500 a piece for each, for each one, that's a tough pill to swallow when you have to go out, because most people are going to probably upgrade their monitor. They're probably going to invest in a new controller, probably one of those those little slot things that they're going to put in on the Xbox Series X by Seagate, and you're going to be spending money on that. Probably a new external hard drive, a lot of shit. You know what I mean? So that's a tough pill to swallow when you're asking $69.99 per game. And I would tell everybody right now, if you're thinking about buying like NBA when it comes out or an NHL, hold off on that. Don't even buy it right now. Like when Madden comes out, don't buy it. Like I would recommend just go get EA Origin or EA Access on the Xbox or PlayStation and just download the trial. If you really want to play it that bad, that's the best way to do it. And you get a bunch of Volt games. You can play Need for Speed Heat, which is really good. You can play Need for Speed Payback. You can play all the Need for Speeds, all the Battlefields, and get a deal and play the trial. That would be your best bet than going out and spending $59.99, then playing an upgrade fee or whatever they're going to do, and just buy it all at once. I'm saying the same thing about Tony Hawk. I'm saying the same thing about Crash Bandicoot. I'm saying $70 for the game is not counting the season pass. I could see it now. I don't think $70 should be the norm. I think, with all the season passes and everything you have to buy, that's like literally $80. Time you're done spending, that's a lot of money. Now, I could see it if it's a special edition. Okay, when you get a statue and all that, I could see the hike. I can't see when you're buying a standard version game. That should be $59.99. And most of us are doing digital distribution anyway. Most of us are buying it digital anyway. I get why physical is still around. I get people still collect. And I still get the fact that people are in rural areas and don't have good internet. But eventually that'll be phased out eventually.
I'm for digital. I really am. But
what's up, Malin? How you doing?
These motherfuckers, dude. I'm telling you.
If the government keeps up the current policies and send out another wave of stimulus checks, don't be surprised if the price rises and tackles down to other games. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Welcome in on the Game Talk podcast that we're doing. We do this every week. You may want to check the chat on the YouTube side of things. I can't.
I'm still in the midst of doing my questing.
So he's basically saying berserking. Sorry if I'm butchering your name, buddy. Just working the night shift. I got you, buddy. My thing is with the whole game thing, I don't know if Digital agrees here, but with another round of stimulus checks coming to Americans, or if you're taking the EDD pandemic money, I don't think that should cause you to be nickeled and dimed the other way around. I don't agree with, internet providers throttling. I don't agree with what service went up? YouTube TV going up $35 out of nowhere. And you're getting so many less channels for the price. I think that's egregious. I'm not all for these companies nickeling and diming people, especially when we're in these pandemic situations. It's bad enough a lot of people, are going hungry. $70 for games is ridiculous. It's egregious. It's unacceptable. And then we're fast forwarding back. Like if you really want to do that, we're fast forwarding or we're rewinding back to 1994. If you really want to go there, 1994, 1996, 92.
Yep, and there are some people that are okay with that, and I'm just not. Nope. We're supposed to be progressing forward, not regressing backwards.
Right. So he says it's how printing money works, dude. Increased money supplies makes the money worth less than it was.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
100% right.
You're 100% on that. What we're
Yep.
just saying is we're saying, look, like these companies have already been greedy. They don't need to be more greedy. They're making millions, billions. I mean, look at COD Mobile and look at Call of Duty in general. They're making their billions. They don't need to keep nickeling and diming everybody. And a lot of these companies don't. That's all we're saying. All right, Don. See you when you get back, buddy. But yeah, that's just our opinion.
I don't think just because money's being printed that it should be okay to like nickel and dime people to death. Like it's bullshit. Like it should never be acceptable just because somebody is getting a payday. Right? Like that's not something I support. Definitely not.
Well, he says
I know
1
it's
billion.
capital.
He says 1 billion 1 year isn't the same as a billion the next.
Yep, I agree.
I agree with that. We're not disagreeing with your point. I mean, I get, I get the money's going to go down in the deficient, value. I get that.
Yep.
But it doesn't give the company a right to treat people like shit. The people that are keeping them afloat, keeping them in business. That would be like Sony and Microsoft tomorrow coming out with their next generation console at $800 because they can. And I wouldn't be buying. I'd be upgrading my PC instead. I wouldn't. That's just highway robbery to me at that point. And I hope they don't go that way. That's my biggest fear with these consoles. I hope when they announce prices, I hope they keep it fair. I really hope so. And I hope they keep it, the bundle packages and everything, fair to everybody.
Yeah.
And they have plenty in stock when they launch. That's what I'm hoping. Because if they don't, then it's going to be really shitty for a lot of people. A lot of people are going to be put out for a while on that notion. It's the same with Apple right now. Apple's cutting back. If you haven't heard in the news, they're cutting back on the charging. Their charging cables and stuff. They're not including it in the next iPhone box, and they don't need to.
I was just gonna say that's probably because they're assuming people own it already.
Right. So if it can cut the cost of the iPhone, I'm cool with that. Because Tim Cook has stated that he wants to get down to that sweet spot of $800 for a high-end iPhone.
I mean, I'm down for that. As long as he does a good job, I don't care.
Brimstone's on cruise control right now. Digital, I mean. He's on cruise control right now.
Yeah, I kind of am, yeah. I mean, it's been a pretty peaceful day today,
Right.
I like it. I like it when it's nice and relaxing.
Here. It doesn't give them the right to treat the consumers like shit, but it is them defending their bottom line and maintaining enough of their profit percentages to increase certain things. Am I saying that right? I probably am. I don't have my glasses on.
It sounded like you got it right.
Sorry if I'm butchering that. My apologies.
Nah, you sounded fine, dude. Don't worry about it.
I
mean, protecting your bottom line and price gouging are two completely different things, right?
Right.
So when you run a business, are you going to go and charge 1,000 times the markup because you can, or will you go maybe 200% markup because that's what the general MSRP rating is in that particular industry, right? So, and now we're getting into that point where people are getting their stimulus checks, people are getting their unemployment, people are getting paid. It's always good to buy merchandise from people to keep a sustained market going, right? Like that's how a market continuously flourishes, especially in a capitalist industry. This is like economics 101 pretty much.
Right.
The idea is to sustain it while offering the best value to your customer. Not fucking, okay, well, let's go ahead and charge them for this. Let's go ahead and charge them for this. Like, they're even putting buzzwords like smart delivery for downloadable games, right?
Right.
They're trying to market that as a service now versus it was just us this year downloading games for free. Now they're going to be like, well, since we have to deliver this to you digitally, there's a $10 markup on it. That's gouging. There's actual laws for the way these things work. And of course, they're not going to be pushed or investigated or any of that shit because everybody's focusing on politics. So they're taking advantage of the way they can, and it's up to the consumer to choose whether or not that they're going to defend it and utilize it or ditch it and leave it. And if there's one thing I know about this fucking industry and its fucking consumers is they will defend and support fucking everything.
He says he said that's all correct, Brim, but that's assuming one is using sound money.
Well, that's the thing about market in fluctuations. Like, you can't assume that they're using sound money. You know what I mean? You can only assume that what's being done is coming off of a stable market, and that market that you are targeting is actually calling for that kind of business practice. So, I mean, it's a really weird. It's like the stock market, dude. It goes up and it comes down. Our money's worth shit. Sometimes our money's worth more. It all depends on what's going on at that given time. So I don't like it any more than anybody else does.
That's like what's going on Amazon, really. A lot of these products, we've even gone back and forth, even on the Night Owl Gaming podcast and the afternoon show on Sundays. We've battled between each other over this. Like, it's not right what Amazon and all these companies are doing, nickeling and diming. What up, Dirty? How you doing, man? You know what they're doing out there in the world of things. I mean, nickeling and diming. I get there's shortages of things. I get, we're doing flight, we're blocking international travel. I get the fact that things are starting to come back in stock. But it doesn't give rights to Logitech or some of these motherboard manufacturers to charge 3 times the value.
Well, but that's the difference, right? And that's the thing that some of these markets have been investigated for is, like, the price markup has to be justified, especially if it's going up above the suggested MSRP that the industry itself is actually speaking for.
Right.
So when the MSRP goes up, that's when it's safe for everybody to go up without having any sort of repercussions for trade laws being broken. There's no need for investigation. But when a corporation like Hynix and its competitor create their own shortages to inflate their prices, there has to be someone that pays for that. And we've seen this trend take place a lot this year.
Yep.
Hynix was doing it. All of their competitors doing it, along with Samsung was doing it. Now Amazon's doing it with Logitech. It's bullshit. Like, I don't know how they're getting away with it. It's criminal. It's literally a criminal act, and no one's really looking into them.
And also,
God, that fucking makes my blood boil, dude.
Another thing that Amazon's not doing on the back end is this third-party shit. Like, you can go on Amazon right now, buy something, and when you order it, it'll say Amazon Prime on it, and quite literally, it'll be ordered with a third party. Like, it'll say Amazon Prime, and then the next minute, oh, yeah, it's taking 4 weeks because it's coming from England. I just had that happen.
Dude, like,
from
Valerie's got important meds coming in, and it said that it was going to be coming in 2 days. She paid for it. It's not coming in until, like, tomorrow, I think.
That's ridiculous.
I'm like, dude, like, what the actual fuck? Like, this is ridiculous.
He says, I disagree with it being criminal. Then again, I fall on a NCAP side of things.
Well, it's criminal. Well, I mean, it is criminal. Like, I mean, whether you agree with it or not, there are actual laws on the books to, tell them no, bat their noses and say, bad boys and girls, you shouldn't be doing this,
Right.
Like, when you sit there and you create your own inflation, that's a huge no-no. That's just can't be doing that.
Newegg, Amazon's been doing it since the
Yep.
pandemic. Newegg, Amazon, like Intel processors, the minute they came out, right, the 10th gen stuff came out, they had plenty in stock. They were jacking the price up $200 more. Motherboards were $200 more than they were expecting. Then Ryzen CPU started coming down because they went after the companies. AMD went after the companies for it, and a lot of the motherboard manufacturers did go after Amazon and a lot of these places for like charging an arm and a leg for things. And the reason why there's shortages right now is because what's happening is they can't ship it the normal way. So what's happening is they're shipping it by boat. So what's happening is, and I had to do a lot of, I wanted to get an understanding why things are being shortage the way they are right now and why we're having shortages on Newegg, Jet, all these places. Like power supplies, for instance, right? So you're trying to go out and buy a power supply, right? And you notice everything is just sold out. And you maybe have one that's sitting there and they're 3 times charging. The reason for that is because they're doing, they're not doing the typical flights from different countries where they get the supply from, like China. They're doing it through boats. And there's only so much they can put on a boat. You know how much they can rent on the boat for said power supplies. So I really had to learn, like, they're doing different tricks to get stuff tiered to America so we can have the stock that we need. And Intel's struggling because a lot of their stuff comes from Malaysia. Their factory processes and everything are coming from Malaysia. Same with AMD. But AMD's had a great stock of processors because they've had so much in stock and influx and whatnot. They were prepared for this. Intel wasn't. So when people did go and hit up the 10th gen stuff, the shortage was going to happen. But they're doing everything by boat. They're not doing it by flights because of what's going on. And it's just really difficult. And you can only put so much capacity on a boat. So I understand partially the price hike, but I don't understand to the extent that it's at. Capture cards just came back in stock in a lot of these places. And I guarantee they're going to be sold out real quick. Because I have a load of friends that need capture cards right now. Like, literally. And like me, I'm holding off on upgrading my PC personally because of all this. So I'll probably wait until August or September when I even remotely get a chance for it, because that's when you'll see the stock flourish. Because AMD right now is going to be releasing a graphics card here in the next couple of months alongside the console. So there's going to be stock happening. They're going to have stock in stock some way, somehow, because they got to sell their GPUs and their processors and motherboards. Like, I haven't even seen a B550 board yet on Amazon that's not sold out yet. I think you underestimate the demand for a lot of stuff due to the whole switch to work from home. Well, I get that, but there's a lot of travel bans that are going on, so they have to adapt and do it different ways, and there's only so much they can, put on these carrier boats. There's so much that they can do. I mean, Gamers Nexus kind of covered all of that. It talked about, that's where I'm getting the information from. It's straight from, him. He did a lot of research, more than I will ever do. But I found it very fascinating. What's up,
like,
Trash?
more than I'll ever do.
Yeah. Like, he goes above and beyond. I mean, he goes and triple checks.
Yeah, he does.
He goes through different sources. I get the working from home situation. I get it. I mean, I completely understand it. You know what I mean? I get that. I have a lot of friends that are working from home. I just want people at the end of the day to be safe and whatnot. What's up, Cookies? How you doing? All right. So, yeah, Game Influx, man, honestly, I just don't like the way prices are going to go up. Personally, I think a lot of people are on that note, unless it's worth your while. But I would say honestly, straight up, let's see, a certain point, the demand will tail off. Just think that crazy demand for GPUs in 27 when crypto was was in the bubble. I remember that, but that's different than what's going on right now, though. I mean,
But even then, though, like Nvidia and AMD were investigated over that, and they had to justify it. They actually had to come out with a press statement stating why it was that they were so high, and why it was that the demand on their GPUs were validated for the pricing.
I appreciate that cookies, though.
People were turning their shit into a job, like they were making mining PCs or mining racks, and they were making some really good fucking money on it doing it. So still they had to explain why that shit happened. They couldn't just do it and pretend like, oh, nothing's wrong with this. They actually were investigated over it. So that's the thing I'm kind of mad about, is like these companies aren't being investigated like they should be, especially when the inflation's gone on longer than, say, 4 months. Most inflation when it comes to corporations after the first couple of months, like maybe a month and a half, maybe.
Well,
max, I would even say.
Different situation he's saying, but same pressure. The cryptocurrency thing, you had people buying. See, a lot of these companies, I'll say this in a good way, a lot of companies weren't stopping people from buying multiple GPUs at once. They weren't putting a limit on it. I think we covered that. I think you guys did back when, before I even came back on the show.
I think so, yeah.
About how it was unfair then, that they should have had limits. Because I remember when the cryptocurrency phase happened, I know Fry's, Best Buy, a few companies were literally limiting to one per person per household. They were literally doing what they did with the Wii back in the day. They were literally limiting how many you could buy at once. Because cryptocurrency was literally ridiculous to me. And the bubble burst. I knew that was going to happen to begin with. And I'm hoping, the demand was good. It was good. Yeah, I get you, dude. I get the demands were good back then. A lot of companies were making double hand over fist over people buying their cards. Now look at it, we're gaining because on the used market, you're seeing a lot of these GPUs now, being sold for cheap, and you could buy a good GPU for cheap. Most mining cards are not bad out there. I just watched a video with Timmy Joe buying 5 mining cards, and all he had to do was fix the fans on them. And they worked very, very well. Just had.
I like watching that guy.
Timmy Joe, because he does stupid shit with his parts, man.
Yeah.
The guy bought a $800. The demand for goods, whether it would be GPUs in 27 or a toilet paper back in March. I get that. I think what we're trying to say basically is it's kind of unfair what these companies are doing, and they should be a government entity needs to go in and really, force these, companies to stop doing what they're doing. I think that's where we're basically getting, our point is on that.
I think so. I'm sort of tired anyways. I've been up all day doing this shit.
Sunday we do podcasting. And
yeah.
It's a grind.
I don't mind it. It's fun. It's like I don't mind it. It's a fun thing. It really is. I don't know. When it comes to these topics, man, like I just want the right shit to happen,
Same. There's no right or good answer, really.
Well, the answer, which should always be the case, is following shit by the books.
Yeah.
That to me would be the best answer, but these corporations, one of the biggest things is the reason why I'm feeling the way I am lately when it comes to these corporations, even the gaming companies, the reason why I probably reacted the way I did earlier is because I just see a lot more. Now, I'm not saying it never existed, but I'm seeing a lot more lack of caring about people when it comes to corporations. Like, it's more apparent, like way more apparent now than it was, not this maybe this time last year.
Right.
And when I see my own corporation, like the corporation I work for, I won't mention its name, but let's just say it's had a huge increase in COVID cases. Everybody at the McDonald's in this place got infected. Everybody is gone. Like they're all gone. They're begging for people from the Bullhead City area to come over and work there. People from this place's restaurants, except for 2 of them, all except for 2 are all closed because all of their employees got infected. Front room guest attendant room people are all more than half of them got infected. And this place is just covering it up, dude. And it's
ridiculous, isn't it?
Witnessing it. Okay, here's the thing. When you hear about it, right? You're just like, fuck, well, that's a corporation for you, right? But when you see it, when you see the fucking shit take place, dude, it's enough to drive anybody fucking insane, dude. Like, it's, oof.
Right.
Like, and since these people are making it to where, like, they're trying to, get you to report these kind of, companies from doing this. Like, I'm not gonna lie, dude. A part of me wants to so bad fucking just report their bitch asses, dude, for the shit they're pulling. Just
I get
fucking call that number up and be like, hey, guess what?
But that's a lot of places though nowadays. A lot of people are neglecting, the rules, the safety rules. I've seen it all over the place.
But that's what I'm saying though. It's like, it's one thing to hear about it, right? It's just another fucking day. Like, okay, yeah, whoopie-doo. It's like, this is nothing new. But when you see it in person, like I have, like it's
scary.
It is a different feeling altogether. You're no longer looking at it as, oh, well, it's just another corporate piece of shit corporation doing what they do best,
Right.
It's this plays with your head because now you just realize the gravity of the situation and the roles you play in these companies, and that is quite literally a number with a heartbeat making a paycheck. And that is all. And of course, I'm not going. It's not like I'm saying I went in this corporation thinking I was the shit at doing what I did, or that I was the best, or I'm special, or I think I deserve so and so. Like, I'm not saying that at all.
Right.
I'm just saying when you get a realization of the gravity of the situation, of how much these people do not care about you.
What's up, Santino?
And they show it, and this is the way I witnessed it, and with them showing it, and that what I saw was a very ugly thing.
Let's see. That's not a corporation's purpose, just to deliver a profit. I think that's what we're both saying. What's up, Rage Quit? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, this whole COVID situation's been insane. Like, it's been insane. You got people saying, "Oh, it's all made up, man. It's all fairy dust. It's not real." But you've seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
It's scary, isn't it? It's fucked.
It's fucked. It's a fucked situation and a fucked up world, and it's even more fucked up when you see that, you have coworkers that are telling you, don't you dare narc on us. It's like, bitch, what?
Right.
Like,
Good,
like, you're telling me
to Trovo and wanted to hear a few podcasts. Right on, dude. Thank you, dude. I appreciate the support, dude.
Thanks for coming by, bro. Appreciate it.
By the way, guys, links down below in the Trovo side of things. Down below will be the podcasting where everything you can get for the podcast on Spotify. Mainly Spotify. You'll probably find it on Google Podcasting, Podbeam. It's on everything. We put it in one place and then it uploads it to all of them. We've just not been uploading to that place in general that uploads it to everything because we've been so busy. Like, between Trovo streaming, between everybody streaming on different platforms, within my community and trying to help everybody and people getting, sick. We've had a few of our community members come down with COVID, and, just the, being a server owner and trying to make sure everything and everybody gets everything they need and helping out with OBS and whatnot. It's really difficult.
Due to this COVID shit, I think I've spent more time helping people learning how to stream than anything else.
Yep. I've gotten more people over to Trovo. I've been trying to help stream. Like, I've been like that, what's his name? Oh my God, it was a show back in the day. Oh my God. McGruver. There you go. I've been McGruver. I feel you about Corona. What tickles my gears or thicks my gears is that people come out for riots while the Corona outbreak is still active, shaking my head. Yeah, that's what we've been saying. We've been saying this for a while on the show. A few of the other cast members that are in bed right now, they'll probably disagree with us and say we're freaking out. But we can agree to disagree on the matter. I mean, they've been saying, masks shouldn't be a thing, but, it's been proven in the science that masks are pretty much a good thing to have. I believe in it. I wear a mask and gloves. I do both. COVID has been great for me. I bet on the pandemic back in January. I think a lot of us did because I was down. So me and Digital here, we were both down for 50 days, give or take. We were both down pretty bad. Like, then when the announcement started coming out, big time, that it was here and all the symptoms were on the board, right? I went, check, I had that. Check, I had that. Check, I had that. Check, I had that. Everything they listed on the board, I had. And a lot of people believe this. Did I have it in November? Did I have it in December? Did I have it even in January? I was down from probably after Halloween all the way up until I think it was the beginning of November. I went down literally November 10th, and I was down from November 10th to the first week of the first of the year. Literally. Digital got back up and running literally 2 weeks after that.
I was so sick that all of the shit that they described.
What made me believe here in a minute.
What made me believe that this wasn't a normal cold or flu was all of the antibiotics that I was taking, the pain meds I was taking was making it worse. Made it so much worse that I couldn't breathe when I was sleeping. I passed out from the pain medication for almost 2.5 days. That's 2.5 days. I think I got up to go to the bathroom once, and I don't remember anything after that. I had to call in from work, which Val said I called in. I don't remember it. She said that I got up for water. I don't remember it. She said that I got up for food. Evidently, I ate food when I was asleep. I don't remember a damn thing. I couldn't walk that well. I think I actually fell, almost fell down my stairs, at one point in my sleep. She said that I was on my way to the bathroom. Fuck. I don't fucking remember this at all. But she said I almost biffed it pretty bad.
So it went this in the community Discord real quick. Sorry for interrupting. It went like this in the community Discord. I had it. Then it went like a cycle. It went me, Digital, his roommate, his other roommate, his wife. Then it went down. Yep. Then it went down to a few other of our bros went down with it right after that. Both
Metro and her got the fucking flu shot.
At one point we were all talking to each other, we were comparing notes between each other. What symptoms do you have? Oh my God, we were all freaking out in Discord. This is before,
Well, because we've never been down for over a month, dude. Like usually you're down for like, a few days best. I've never ever done that before, dude, where I was down for a fucking month.
All right, let's read some of the comments here. Pretty much, I mean, mask filter out what you do not want to catch. I'd rather get a gas mask and just be safe. And my city of Houston got code red to be indoors. Case the cases have increased over time. Okay. Sorry, I'm reading those out loud. I'll just read them to myself. Sorry about that. I don't mean to read it out loud.
No, you're okay. Good. You're good.
Especially the elderly and other ages of groups. I feel you on that, dude. Like, for real. Like, and then let's read the YouTube side of things. COVID has been great for me. Okay, I bet on the pandemic back in January, sorry. And then he said, no, I mean, I started sorting the stock market. I get you. A lot of people did. Like my uncle started to because stocks went down real quick. And I don't blame people for I don't blame people for buying in on the stocks either. Really. It was a good time to do it because everything went down to the lowest.
Right?
It was a good time to buy in.
Fuck it.
But yeah, me and Digital, I didn't have the same symptoms he did. I had more of I couldn't breathe. I tried Dayquil, NyQuil. I tried Benadryl. I did Sudafed. I did like it in a cocktail at one point. And I was telling people, like, I was on Discord and I was like, guys, I don't think I'm going to make it through the night, man. I was in so much pain. Like, Digital over here was like, dude, just go to bed, dude. Like, just go to bed, dude. I tried to get on Discord and I was crawling. Like, because I tried to stream and I was coughing. When I was on a different platform, I was dying. Like, I was profusely coughing. I think the 2 weeks later, I went to the my main doctor. And they were giving me, because I have a breathing machine. The main machine, they have a machine and they have the inhaler. So they gave me like a whole round of it. Like, if it wasn't for that and the antibiotics they gave me, I just don't know where I would be. Like, I was telling the person I live at home with, my mother, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. Like, I was crying in my sleep. At one point, my mom thought, she was gonna take me to the emergency room. At one point, because I was shivering, I had a fever. I was trying to cool my body down. I was trying every which way just to go to sleep because I was in so much pain. And then, like, I would sit up for, like, hours just watching TV because I was in so much pain. It felt like my ribs were in my lungs. Like, my bones were in my lungs, literally.
Yeah, I mean, I had really bad popcorn lung. Like, so bad to the point that, like, I've never felt like I've had asthma in my life. I've had asthma throughout my whole life. Okay, it was worse than that. That's how bad it was for me. It was actually worse than the asthma that I've had.
Does anyone think COVID will become an endemic as catching the flu every year?
You know what? Maybe. Could. With all these people not wanting to fucking strap down and keep each other safe, I could see that.
I think, people need to, I'm a homebody to begin with. I caught this some way, somehow, and it was very scary for me because I've been through pneumonia before multiple times in my life when I was in high school, and I missed a lot of days of school because, my school was very unsanitary, and people would cough on each other all the time. So I had an immune or compromised immune system at one point, and my beliefs is that when I believe I had it. Doesn't mean that after I had it, I'm immune to it. I could probably get it again, and I hope not. Knock on wood, I don't, and I don't want to be there again because that was hell. That was internal hell.
Yeah.
And I was praying for everybody in my Discord. Like at one point I was praying for Digital Hero. Like when he was coughing and he was like basically almost at tears because his lungs were on fire. It was shitty. Like he took himself and got himself some antibiotics, and thank God he did when he did. He turned around 2 weeks later, and then Metro went down the same way, and it was terrible bad. Like we were like, go for it. Sorry.
I was just saying, I'm surprised we came out of it as well as we did. I'm surprised we didn't, you know what I mean? Like, because it says like a certain age that when you get it, you will actually, it will actually continue to damage you can actually have continuous damage from it.
Right.
So really, that's the test. Really, if we had it, really had it, and when I go get checked up by this doctor, because I'm going to talk to her about it, we're going to see if the scans will show anything.
Right.
So.
Well, they're saying lung damage is one of the major factors of this. My lungs are fucked as it is. I mean, I'm going to be real in both chats here. Like, my lungs are fucked. They've been fucked for life. I came out premature. My lungs were fucked to begin with. And this probably didn't help the cause. You know, I've had, you know, an inhaler my whole entire life. And, you know, it is what it is. I had it. I believe I did. And all the check marks that I checked on my box from what they were talking about when it first came out, I had them all. Had a sore throat. My lungs felt like they were closing in on each other. My ribs felt like I was in pain. I had cold sweats. I had hot sweats. At one point, like, I was like, literally no joke, I felt like I was I was back in high school all over again running track. Like, I felt legitimately like I needed a Gatorade and a towel and sit on the sidelines because I was short out of breath and sweating everywhere. Like, I never want to be back there again. And I can't imagine the people that are going through it that are in the hospital that are in a coma right now. I couldn't imagine it. And thank God I didn't get to that point. I think I was like low. I would say, because they go by levels 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think I was like a level 2. And I'm just blessed that it didn't turn into anything worse. And I'm happy, knock on wood, it didn't. And a lot of my friends are still standing. You know, that we can continue to game and whatnot. But we were all saying it, like, did we spread it through the mic? We were talking, we were all cracking jokes, like, after it all happened, you know, when we all went down. I think our last buddy, Lone, went down with it. He was the last one to go down.
Yeah, he was down for over a month as well.
And then our boy Brady went down with...
he actually got diagnosed with it. That's the fucked up part.
He had a level 2 COVID, not enough to be hospitalized. So he was telling me he had to plastic everything down in his room and bleach everything. It was intense. Thank God he's over it now, and he's had like 5 rounds of antibiotics and chloroquine and all that shit. And they have to inject you with something else when you take a chloroquine so your heart doesn't stop and shit. When you're in the hospital when they give it to you. And you're supposed to bounce back, supposedly. I think it's like iron or something of the range. Or zinc. Sorry, it's zinc. Zinc, they have to shoot you up with zinc and that so they can help each other work together, I guess, how this works.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't understand people going to beaches. I don't get it. I don't understand why people are going to beaches, why people are going to bars. I don't understand the logic. I really don't get it. Like, you can wait 6 months. Wait for the cure to come down or some type of a flu shot for it and have your fun then. Like, it's not worth it. Especially if you live at home like I do, you know, with somebody that's old or elderly, you know what I mean?
He just called his mom old. That's funny.
Wow. Should probably watch this back, most likely, and call me an asshole, most likely. And then, you know, call me a young buck right behind it. So I'll probably get bagged on, probably. 'Cause she does watch the show time to time. So I'll probably hear it. it's like my aunt and my uncle. They're in their 70s. You know, like people need to be more like, instead of being self-centered, be more conscious, aware of, who you're affecting. You know what I mean? And,
Oh yeah.
And you should get tested. Like a lot of people should get tested, honestly. I know they're running out of tests, but you should get tested anyway to make sure you don't have it or not, and find out information on how, you could prevent it, you know what I mean, from spreading, or quarantine yourself, you know what I mean? Because I've had a lot of friends get tested and they've tested positive in my area, a lot of my high school friends.
Bruh, my coworkers are all like, over half my shift is gone or fired because of all this.
If you're getting tested and you test positive, self-quarantine yourself, isolate, plastic everything down, and just enjoy being a streamer. That's what my one buddy was doing, Brady. He was enjoying recording footage and playing video games. He said it was like being back in high school over again for 14 days, sitting in a room with a mini fridge and literally just, riding it out. And that's all you can really do, sleep and ride it out. And everything I described to him that we went through, that's exactly what he went through. And had loads and loads of antibiotics behind it. So, yeah, pretty much that's all I'm really going to say on the COVID thing. I think, I think we reopened just to overshoot it, personally. And we're just going to go back to shutting down again. So,
I can see that.
Welcome to the world we live in. Because it's already going up in England right now. It's going up. Like they just had but they're doing it differently than we are doing in the States. They're actually closing down that certain area, and they're going in and making people stay indoors in that area to stop the spread, and they're going in and cleaning the streets and the buildings and whatnot. Like, I don't know why, in this pandemic, right? That would be one thing. If you want to start a business right now, start a cleaning business. Where you wear hazmat suits.
You will kill it if you make a cleaning business right now.
Imagine the bars and the casinos you can go in and clean. Like
any facility, dude.
Yep.
You probably get all the contracts right off the rip.
Yep, because a lot of these corporations don't want to really do it themselves. They want to hire a third party. It's a good time to start a cleaning business right now. Hazmat suit and all. And go around and just clean businesses, scrub them down, make sure, they get the right thing and do it, on a repetition level. But, yeah, we'll start with the last topic of the night. Because I know Digital's getting tired. I'm getting tired.
Yeah, that's fine.
So we'll start with the last topic of the night. We'll talk about next generation console, where we lie with it as a whole right now. I have talked about the PS5, and I've talked about the Xbox Series X. Now, since I've invested more into more Xbox accessories, I think I'm going to go Series X now. Just because I just dumped out $150 to a Series 2 controller just recently.
How is that?
I haven't gotten it yet. It comes here tomorrow. Guess what? United States Postal, I really hope somebody buys them out, because UPS, it's being overnighted to me. Isn't that something? They're being overnighted. Low key, you're not wrong about cleaning businesses, especially now, especially our education system getting crippled. But go on about the games. I agree with you there. I think, people should start a small business and wear hazmat suits and go around and clean businesses. I think it would be genius. I don't know why nobody's done that yet.
You know what, dude? Like,
you can make thousands out of it right now, guarantee. Hire a staff of employees right now that really want to work. Give them hazmat suits and just go in and clean these buildings and sterilize them. Imagine Walmarts, Targets, these places that really need the deep scrubbing and deep cleans. It would be perfect. And it means that their employees won't get affected. It means they don't have to be troubled by telling their employees to clean it. Less of the spread to their employees. More people working. More money being made. That's just my personal opinion, though. And I could be far off base, though, personally. Well, getting back to what I was talking about the Series 2 controller, we'll find out on Monday. I get it today. The reason I bought it is because I'm doing slow upgrades. My first thing was my controller. Digital knows I play a lot on the Xbox controllers, and I wear them out. And I had an Elite controller by PowerA. I sold it to this gentleman over here, and he's going to be using it. He likes the bigger controllers. I'm more of
nice and hefty too. It's a chunky boy.
It's nice though. It's wired. PowerA does a good job with the controller. It just wasn't my taste. And Digital was shocked I still had it. I had it sitting in the drawer, in its box and everything. I never really, I didn't need it, really. And he could take advantage of it and use it. And so far, for what he's seen, he likes it. So he's going to play some games with it. We're going to see how it goes. Maybe we'll do a comparison between the two and stack them up. Series 2 controller versus the PowerA Infusion, I think it's called. Fusion Pro. Stack them up, and we'll maybe next week we'll do something of a comparison. We'll talk about it.
It's a really high quality controller. They did a really good job with it. I mean, I've been using their basic shit here. This is a PowerA brand, and it's actually really good. Like,
yeah,
nice and medium weight. But like the one you gave me, like this, it's like twice this. I would say almost triple the weight of this, and it's a little bit bigger. So like my hands are perfect for it.
Right. If you're a bigger hand person, then it's a really nice controller. For me, with my hands, I need a little bit of a smaller controller for me. That's what I liked about the PS4 controller. The PS4 controller I liked a lot because it was small and it was great for fighters. I think the Series 2 controller, you can change the joysticks to having them diagonal like this or sitting like this, like a typical Xbox style. So we'll see when we'll see when I get it. This will be the first time I ordered anything from GameStop over the internet. We'll see how their delivery is and how they pack it and all that because, you know, Amazon, you know, literally when I get a package from them, it's literally sometimes it comes mangled. And they don't put enough blow up, you know, little pillows in it to keep it from rattling back and forth. It's how a lot of my monitors got destroyed coming from Amazon. Like, just chewed. But I'm leaning more the Series X because I've already invested in a new controller. And I'm kind of starting to realize that I'm more of an Xbox guy as far as games go, like Halo, Hellblade, things like that are coming to the Series X. And 2, I get the PlayStation's going to have the better SSD, but I want the power and performance. So I'll probably go Xbox Series X. Now, I may pick up a PS5 down the road. You never know with that one. But as far as what I'm looking for, the Series X is, I've been a Microsoft guy for a long time. So, and you bought the Gears 5 Xbox like a year ago, and now they're releasing another one. So what's your feeling?
It's a beast.
What's your feeling of the next gen? Which one are you going to pick up first?
I'm going to hold out until the upgrade comes out, I think.
You're going to hold out
because what I have right now is only 10% less than what's coming out. So it's like, do I really need to worry about that 10%?
Well, if you're stacking it up to the Lockhart, yeah, it's not that big of a performance leap, really.
Yeah, see? So I'm glad I bought my Gears of War edition when I did.
Because the One X is literally 15% slower than the Lockhart when it comes out. Like it's gonna be like 10 to 15% slower. I mean, to me, if you have an One X right now, it's not even worth jumping to the new series of consoles, really, unless you really are like me and you're a tech head and you just really want it. And I really want that.
I mean, sure. Like if I have to have the next best thing, then yeah, I would, definitely do that. But, really not that big of a deal to me. So as long as I can play whatever Halo's coming out, I'm happy.
Okay, you'll be able to do that on PC. Hopefully the app's not broken. Your motto is to me like, because I upgraded my my Xbox One S with an SSD, 500 gig SSD, and I'll tell you it was the best upgrade. What is the possible price range for the console, and would you be doing a review of the consoles? Me and Digital both talked about this. For me,
Oh.
since I'm on Trovo and whatnot, as far as mainly streaming, I would probably unbox the Series X when I get it in my hands. I would, just for you guys, so you could see the unboxing experience. As far as reviews,
I might.
As far as reviews go, I'm not really into that game anymore like I used to. Maybe I'll just tell you guys offhand if it's worth it or not. You know, just give my take on it, maybe on this podcast or things like. I just think reviews are too much work for me. You know, I like it's too much work as far as writing notes for it, pros, cons, what's wrong with it, every flaw of it, the heat. You know, because Digital knows me, I would want to, heat gun to it, you know what I mean? Like, a thermometer, one of those, infrared things. I would want to buy one of those and go crazy and, benchmark. I like benchmarking. I haven't done it in a while, but I'll probably just unbox it for Trovo, most likely, and just give you guys my thoughts. That would pretty much be about it. I just think reviews, personally, like, they're just into me anymore. I don't get me wrong. I do watch, I watch tech reviews here and there, just to see what it's like and see, what they think. But really, I don't really focus on scores anymore like I used to. Like, I'm going to be buying the next iPhone most likely just for the cameras itself down the line, because I need a better iPhone and better battery life and all that stuff. And a better, what's up, Seekmas? Seekmas, if I'm saying it right. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. I apologize. Welcome on into the show. But yeah, the next generation of consoles, I'm kind of set on the Xbox Series X. I'm not going to be buying any games anytime soon, like Overwatch 2, things like that. I'm not going to go out and rush out to get them. Like, not really.
Nah. Probably wouldn't be worth rushing out to get.
Screamus. Like Seamus, Screamus. Got you. My apologies for butchering your name, my dude. Sorry about that. So, next generation, I think I'm more of, it's going to come down to two things. Either A, when I upgrade my PC, how much money I have left. Thanks for the follow, dude. I really appreciate it. If you're also a streamer too, I see that hat. So I'm going to do this real quick. I'm going to toss you a follow right back. And let's see. Am I following you, Rage Quit? No, not. I'll give you a follow too while I'm here. We're having a follow party on Trovo right now. It's awesome. Love you guys, man. Each and every one of you on Trovo. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. The community's fantastic. I've seen the love, and I've seen the love on other platforms. I know Digital's having a lot of love in the community of DLive right now at the moment. But he's waiting for features to come to Trovo. Once that happens, he'll be over.
Once I'm able to stream to Trovo is when it will happen. I use XSplit. I don't use OBS, so that's kind of my thing, because OBS just doesn't work for me where I live. My internet provider, like, I don't know what it is. So I just stick with DLive. DLive's treated me really well over here. They, that's where I'm streaming right now, in fact. And, they feature me all the time on their front page. They, they take care of me. You know what I mean? Like, they're a good company. And I'm glad that my boy here found a company that does the same for him. So that's really good.
We both went back and forth in the afternoon show about both platforms, and we both agree with the same thing. We just want streamers to have options. And I prefer Trovo. He prefers DLive.
Yep.
Me and him are been good friends for 12 years, and we can agree to disagree on things, and that's what we said. We agree to disagree, and that's the way I leave it. I love Trovo. I love the community.
The unanimous thing is, hey, it's not Twitch.
Right. It is not Twitch. It's not watching Dr. Disrespect get tossed off the platform, right? Thank you for the stay safe, buddy. I appreciate that. I come from Twitch, so I discovered...
We both do. We both came from there.
So I discovered Trovo from a friend, Gothic, on her Twitter. And when I went to this site, at first I was hesitated to stream on it because I still was on Twitch and I had somewhat of a following, and I was very hesitant. Digital could tell you it was like a debate. Do I take the leap of faith? And then eventually Digital just told me, hey man, take the leap of faith. It looks like Beam, literally. And that's what I did. I took the leap of faith and I jumped over to Trovo, and I've met amazing people, punk rock, a lot of you guys, people we're talking to in the chat right now. I've met a lot of wonderful people, and Digital's found a lot of people on DLive that have come in to our community server, and it's just amazing the love and the nice people that we've met on outside of Twitch. And I can't recommend Twitch to anybody, really. I was on Twitch for 7 years. I think this man was on longer than me on Twitch.
Yeah, dude. Like, I mean, you go to Twitch, and it's the same spiel. Every big fucking YouTuber here on this platform is like, you should go to Twitch. That's where the people are. Go to Twitch because that's where you'll grow. But what they don't tell you is if you fart in the wrong direction at the wrong time when somebody's there to watch you, they could fucking ban you. So it's like, hey, yeah, we could go to Twitch and grow like you say, but guess what? All that growth is for naught, and your community is for naught if something happens. And that happens too fucking often. So we like I mean me and him both have decided, like, why go through that?
Right.
It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth going through.
Well, me and you covered it with I'm moving from YouTube over to BitChute because I'm tired of what's going on YouTube, just personal opinion. I'll be going over to BitChute because I want to support the smaller platform. I've always been that way. We were over on a platform called Beam. Then it became Mixer. Then Mixer fell apart, and now it's not existing anymore. And I was kind of sad about that. But at the same time, I was really upset for the people that were over there. I was upset and mad because the fuckery they got, the big FU that they got was just unbelievable. Like, it was depressing. They basically got told, hey guys, you go over to Facebook Gaming, and FYI, anything that you got in earnings is just going to be put on a Microsoft gift card. We're not going to help you out, pay your bills or anything, anything you need. And yeah, by the way, here's a partnership over on Facebook Gaming, but you got to start fucking over. That was the shaft that Mixer, the people at Mixer got. And I feel really, really upset for a lot of them. Like, legit, low key. And then it's not even that. Their employees were treated like shit by head staff, which is awful too in itself. You see articles of people coming out and the way they were treated and whatnot was just wrong.
They were treated like shit.
And the sad part is they could have literally took that money they hired Shroud and Ninja to put it towards advertising, towards building the platform and making it better. They didn't need to go sign big names. They should have put that infrastructure into what made that platform.
Millions, bro. They made millions.
Right. We've covered this in the last 3 weeks since Mixer announced their stuff, and it's just a tough pill to swallow with a lot of people. And then a lot of people moved over to Twitch because of it. And then I even said that to a lot of Mixer partner friends that I had. I even said the same thing. Like, why would you go over to a platform that's even worse than Mixer itself?
Yeah, it's fucking disgusting, dude.
It's like Twitches ain't no better. And a lot of people that did bring their following over to Twitch, I'm watching on Twitter them saying it's not all what it's cracked up to be. I don't know why I did this. I don't understand. I'm getting treated like ass. Well, what did you expect going to a platform? You thought it was going to be all the bells and whistles. You thought it was going to be better than what you already had. What you should have done is waited it out, looked at all the situations, looked at how the landscape worked out, and then made your decision from there. and you didn't. You rushed into something thinking that, oh, I'm going to get instant partner because I have this amount of followers and I'm going to bring them over and I'm going to get the same treatment as I did on Mixer. It doesn't work that way. Not on Twitch, it don't. When people see that you're cheating not cheating this, I shouldn't say that. When you're getting somewhere and others are working their ass off, you're going to watch the hate come. And that's what's happening to a lot of my Mixer friends over on Twitch that moved over, that I have like 2K, 3K, 4K, 5K, and they're literally getting shellacked, unfortunately.
Shellacked's a good way of putting it.
Well, it sucks. I feel bad. I feel bad for them because what they're doing is they're just trying to get those people that they love to pieces over to another platform to still support them. But a lot of Twitch people don't see it that way. A lot of Twitch people believe that they're cheating the system to get where they need to be. And I get the shellac. I don't understand the shellacking, but I kind of understand. And a lot of people should have took a step back and thought about it before pulling a trigger. You know, that's just my personal opinion. I think all around these platforms are gaining. A lot of these smaller platforms are gaining. And at the end of the day, you know, it's a gain for all small platforms. And you shouldn't be joining Facebook Gaming. I was going to say that it is so buried to stream. Like, if you're trying to stream on that platform right now, it is a nightmare. It is very so a nightmare. And take it from somebody that did stream on Facebook Gaming to try it out. It was a nightmare. Just saying.
I mean, half the plugins don't even work for OBS or XSplit, dude. I tried.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, God, dude, there's just so many things wrong with that platform.
I thought the YouTube dashboard was bad, the new studio thing. Go to Facebook Gaming.
It's just as bad, if not worse.
Wait, what's the nightmare on Facebook? Facebook, okay, so if some Mixer partners are going over to Facebook, they're going and experiencing it, right? What me and Digital have discovered about Facebook, if you're a content creator, it works out. Video.
Yeah, if you just upload videos, you're fine.
You're fine. You're gonna get pretty good traction. If you are trying to stream to the platform, it is a nightmare and a half. It's you spend more time trying to put a title in and find the game that you're trying to stream, or trying to get your streaming software to play nice with it. It's not a simple stream key and go situation. It's difficult. And then you have to, literally with Streamlabs OBS or XSplit, you have to authorize your account. So come up, authorize, right? Then you have to pick what page you're going to stream to. And you better hope and pray that it says video gaming content creator. You better hope, or you're not going to get recognized at all. You're going to get pushed down in the cogwheel all the way down because of it. I learned that the hard way, and I streamed on it for 2 weeks. Learned the hard way. I want to try out the Facebook gaming system, and now I am curious. Yeah, it's as far as content creation, like if you're looking for an alternative to some of the video platforms out there, it's great. But if you're trying to stream to it, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, it's not good.
Welcome back, Meow. Let's see, Don Gamer 21. It's called Ustreamer. Ustreamer is based out of Russia. It's they only have one server. It's Moscow, and you can stream up to 5 places for free. If you want to check out Trovo and give it a go, maybe you're streaming on a different platform and you want to see what I'm seeing with Trovo or DLive that Digital's seeing, then check it out. You know what I mean? Check it out. Give it a go. Give it a whirl. You know,
I mean, it's definitely worth a look.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I would say go check it out. Why not?
Yeah, it's totally worth it. Like I've been trying to get people over to these other platforms. I've been working my ass off. Like trying to get people over to Trovo, trying to get people to see the smaller platforms, giving everybody options. I've been trying to, give a variety of list of different platforms out there for people to try. You know what I mean? Here you go. I'll put a link in here for you, Don. Here you go. Just copy and paste that. You should be golden. It is completely free, by the way, and it works. It works very well. It's like a restream type deal. Now, if you're looking for chat and stuff like that, if you're trying to stream to Trovo, you have to do the pop-out chat option on Trovo's website. They do not have chat integrations at the moment. They just added OBS Studio integrations just recently. So if you update, I believe if you update to the newest version of OBS, it's there. They just changed the Mad Cat TV name to Trovo and fixed everything up, and it works. XSplit, I believe, is coming, I think, and I think that same options is on Streamlabs OBS. I could be wrong. I don't use Streamlabs OBS. I can't recommend it. Like, that's just my personal thoughts. Streamlabs OBS is a nightmare to use personally. I know a lot of people do, and I know I'm gonna get hate for saying that. OBS, and I'm gonna say this, is Garbo. Just saying. I'd rather take XSplit before I take a Streamlabs OBS. Personal opinion. Just my personal opinion. I don't even recommend it to anybody. Because the reason why I don't is because there's a thing called Prime. And unless you're willing to pay for that every month, they lock down a lot of features behind a paywall for that. It's a shame. Shouldn't be that way. Especially when OBS Studios is free and they're taking the kernel of the core of OBS and they're using it for something else, and it shouldn't be that way. They shouldn't put a paywall underneath that. If you want to add more stuff to it, you have to pay. That's just how that is. Now, XSplit you have to pay, but they don't lock down other features behind a paywall. And you get Gamecaster, and you get their editing software. You get a whole suite. Like, XSplit literally takes care of you. And their customer service is one-to-one with you. Like, if you have any issues, they're usually on top of it. And that's what you get for paying for software. So, yeah. Just personal opinion. I prefer XSplit. I prefer OBS Studio. I even prefer OBS Classic before I even prefer a Streamlabs OBS.
Or that, yeah, is it Streamlabs or that? What's the other one? Stream Elements.
Stream Elements. See, everybody gets that confused. They think it's another OBS version. It's not. It's just an add-on. It's called OBS Live. It's just an add-on. It's basically just an add-on that you download. That's it. Like, it just adds on and it changes OBS to have the Streamlabs, look and feel. It's just an add-on. Anybody can make an add-on for OBS, and it can change the look and the layout. Personally, it's like transitions. Like on OBS, nobody really knows this, but they do have it, like fades and transitions. But there's plugins that will make the scenes different, and you can have animations and whatnot depending on the plugin. That's what I like about the time to get irate. Garuda Legends, what's up, buddy? How you doing, dude?
Garuda, what up, dude? How's it going, man?
V1.
I haven't seen you in a while.
Hope you're doing well, buddy. But yeah. If I recommend streaming software right now, it'll be OBS Studio and XSplit. There's things that I like. I have both on my PC. I have XSplit and I have OBS Studio. I like both. I switch between the both.
It's always good to keep like two different softwares in case one falls out and the other one works a little bit better sometimes.
Sometimes XSplit does things that I like that OBS don't, and I like to switch between the softwares. So sometimes when I stream on Trovo, you'll see me stream on with XSplit and sometimes with OBS, depending on the day. And it depends on a lot of times XSplit does a lot of better job sometimes on recognizing game capture stuff compared to OBS, depending on the game. But XSplit, as I said, you can probably go on CD Key site and get a year of it. People are giving away keys all the time
for like $5. That's pretty good.
And some of these capture cards give it to you for a year for free. Like I know AverMedia was doing that for a while. Oh, and capture card wise, that comes down to you. Like I have friends that like AverMedia, and I have friends that like Elgato. They both get
I have both, or I had both.
Get
They're
the
not
job
bad.
done.
Yeah.
Just one side, one picture looks.
AverMedia works better with Intel than more than AMD, and Elgato works okay with both. So.
And AverMedia is more of a Linux thing. Like some AverMedia stuff works with Linux very well, actually.
Yeah,
so
AverMedia just looks more pretty. Like it's got a better color palette, I think. It looks like it renders whatever render engine they're using looks really good.
Their picture quality is fantastic compared to
I know.
Elgato.
That's why I've been sticking with them, bro.
But then you got the people like myself that Elgato works, don't fix what's not broken, you know what I mean? And even for my camera, my webcam, I may just go get a Cam Link just for the hell of it. I had one at one point, and it worked very well with in fact, it worked very well with Linux actually, in fact, because it uses UVC driver support, like driverless. It was great. Just plug it in and it works. Same with some of the AverMedia stuff, like their mini. I think they're live. I believe their mini that I think Dawn has. It works with Linux.
Yeah.
The only problem with it is I believe with the AverMedia Live Mini, the only problem with it is that the sound doesn't go through, but the picture is there. From my testing, because I did have a Live Gamer Mini for a short time. Let's see here. Garuda Legend says, same, I miss you all, no homo. He said, can we bring back the games, the amazing internals on PC?
We'd be talking about games here, bro. That's what the Night Owl's mainly about.
Right now, just giving my anybody have any other questions? I mean, I'm always down. We're always down to answer them before we get out of here for the night. Any of you have any more questions? Capture card wise, that comes down to you, like really, and mics come down to you guys, man. XLR, USB, like right now,
you can't really go wrong nowadays with any one of those selections because they've gotten so much better with USB.
Yeah.
Versus where it was when we were starting out. So like the USB recommendation, I would say, stay away from Blue Yetis. You know what? For USB mic, stay away from anything that says is a what is it? A Cardioid dynamic? No, a Cardioid condenser. Because like the idea of it is supposed to focus on your voice, but yet it doesn't drown anything else in the back. So like everything in the background gets picked up and recorded.
Yep.
You know what I paid for this Behringer right here? This is a XM5800.
Yep.
$20.
Yeah.
$20. I'm talking to you guys, of course, through this, but you know, this right here, like this headset is an all-in-one job. So if you don't have money for a fucking, a mixer like I have and a good mic, like spend $100 on a headphone with all-in-one. 50 millimeter dynamium, I think it's actually 55 millimeters, dynamium speakers. They're high quality, JBL is good for audio. So, I mean, and these are both 3.5 or USB.
Yeah.
Really good deal. So,
and
$100
also another gaming headset that people underlook is that Corsair Voids. To a certain extent, the audio doesn't sound too bad going through them.
I heard the Voids were better than the Clouds.
Yeah, that is true. I agree with that.
And because the Voids are actually cheaper than the Clouds. You could pick up a pair of Voids for like, I know Amazon's had them on sale for like $40.
Garuda Legend says, yes, tell me that game ain't a PC gem.
What game?
The amazing... Oh, thank you.
Because I heard her right. Hey, there she is.
Yeah, I got handed something to give to the pool guy.
Hey.
There you go. Rare appearance. There it is.
That's the rarest of appearances.
Yes.
Now you can show their footage. Now you can actually tell people she's real, guys. My mom is real. I didn't murder her.
Real. Yeah. The Amazing Internals. What?
I don't think I've tried that one. Forgive me, Garuda. Which one is that?
Yes, really. See, now you see. She don't want to be near a camera. Now you understand. Real talk. There you go. Now to all the doubters and haters, there you go. To our boy,
Bro, like,
to
how
our
many
boy
times-
Duddy, to our boy Duddy. Now the proof's in the pudding. Sorry to tell you that now. She does not want to be near a camera. When she saw the blue light, she was trying so hard to go to the side of the desk, man.
That's pretty funny.
She was trying to like cover herself like this, like, you're not seeing me. Don't see me. I do not want to be in camera shot. Now you know why my mom gives me my space now. Like, I live at home, guys, and she doesn't want to be involved in any of this. Zero. She wants to respect my boundaries, and I appreciate that. So you guys got the rare appearance for the first time. There it is.
That was funny.
Yes, it was.
That was funny.
And then she opened up the door and she was like, was I on camera for that? And I was like, yeah, you were. She's like, fuck. She was like, fuck. Are you, she asked me, are you joking? It's made
We now
by,
know what she looks like. Ha ha.
It's real. I'm not talking to a ghost. Okay, guys, to be honest with you, this mic, like me and Brim's mic is so good.
It doesn't pick up anything in the background. That's why I suggest it. Yeah.
So when I'm talking from distance, like when I'm screaming out loud, you don't hear what's coming back from the wall. So when I'm having a conversation, it sounds like I'm talking to myself, but I'm not really. This mic is so good, you can have like loud music going on and it wouldn't be picked up. Like Digital has his roommate next to him when they're like on the other side of the room when they're playing games. And you can not even hear them. It's like a whisper at best. The only time we would hear something is when Brimstone had or Digital had his earphones on, and he was right next on top of it, and you can hear everything he was doing at one point. I couldn't, maybe because I'm deaf, but everybody else could. So there you go. So let's see. He was saying it's made by the developers who made Warframe. The game got canceled. That's what he was saying. It's made by the developers of Warframe. Yeah, I'll send it to you on Discord.
And it got canceled?
Yeah, here, I'll probably say I'm butchering the name of it probably. Oh, here you go. Here's the name that he was saying. Internals. I think it was the Amazing Internals. Probably butchering the name.
Oh, the shooter. It's a hero shooter, right? I think I beta tested that shit and it was garbage. I didn't like it. I had hopes for it though because their actual roadmap for that game looked pretty interesting, and it looked a little bit more in depth than what all the other guys were doing, like Overwatch and whatnot. Yeah, Amazing Turtles. That's it. I think I'm right, Garuda? That's the shooter. Hero shooter.
So Don, when you I'll explain it to you off podcast. Off podcast. So I'll explain it here to you when we're off show. Me and Digital can explain it to you.
What, the birds and the bees?
About you, streamer. Yeah. The birds and the bees, yeah. Let's see here. He says, we made it to 2020. We are survivors. I'm glad that y'all are safe.
You know what's funny is when we get older, we're going to be able to tell people, oh, yeah, we're Corona survivors.
You know, make sure not to drink.
Courageous.
Make sure not to drink the plague, called Corona beer. I'm just kidding.
My Corona.
All right, and then I was adding Noctua. Is that what I'm saying? I'm probably butchering it. My bad.
Somebody's trying to hack into my Blizzard account. That's funny.
Jesus.
Bro, the fucking Chinese are relentless.
Jesus. So anybody have questions on any chat? I know I need to help Don set it up for his stuff on the Trovo side. I'm glad maybe you're going to look at Trovo, man. Cool. Hell yeah, dude. Come over here. The community's hell yeah, the community's awesome, man. And I don't think they have a Final Fantasy thing, but I could be wrong. I know you play a lot of Final Fantasy. I think it's called the Final Fantasy series. They don't have each game stacked up. They just call it the Final Fantasy series. For now, they're working on everything. Like alerts and stuff are coming. Slow burn. I want features not to be rushed. I'd rather have it, coming in really slow and having it
work.
And work. And please, for the love of God, don't add FTL. Please, for the love of God, don't. Leave it to low bandwidth RTMP 1-to-1. Get it to where like YouTube's at. Like ultra low like latency. Like they don't need, like the quality looks good now. They don't need FTL. And FTL, by the way, is owned by Microsoft. They own that. And if Trovo was going to go FTL, right, they would have to pay Microsoft for that coder. And I've been told Restream has FTL. Restream paid for that. They don't own it. They pay for the licensing of FTL. If you know how
You're
business...
wrong.
Am I wrong?
You're wrong.
Am I wrong?
I'm just kidding, dude.
Damn, I'm wrong. And please explain how this works. Like, you know more than I when it comes to the whole FTL thing.
Yeah, right.
Because you explained it to me how Microsoft owns it. You explained it better than I could.
They do. Well, yeah. When they bought the company that did the streaming service, they bought all of their software property. So Microsoft technically owns that proprietary software, and that's the whole reason why they bought Beam in the first place. Matt was the only one on the market to be sitting there having something like this under his belt.
Yeah.
I just wish he would have realized the importance of it and not sold it for as cheaply as he did.
Right. And the only company that will get FTL, like the actual services of it, would be Facebook. Because Microsoft and them are partnering. So they would license it out to, it would probably be FTL, a Microsoft. They would probably call it FTL Microsoft or something like that. And
yeah,
it'd be exclusively licensed to Facebook. That's why when I saw in the Trovo meeting thing that we had, people were like, FTL needs to come and Restream. You get wrong information. They licensed it out to Restream. Restream does not own it. In fact, Microsoft will probably change it to Facebook FTL, most likely. Or they'll just abandon it and keep it in their repertoire, forever. And it will probably never be used. Most likely. Or they'll license it out to Facebook. Trovo would have to pay money for FTL to be pay Microsoft the licensing fee for that. And I don't think they want to do that. I think they want to get to what that sweet spot with RTMP is 1-to-1. Because if you're on YouTube gaming, that delay is really nice. It's like a 2-second delay, depending on how much bandwidth you're pushing.
Oh, wow. My shit just froze. And it unfroze and it didn't crash. I was like literally in the middle of texting the shit, letting you know my shit crashed. All right.
There you
We're
go.
back in business.
There you go.
Holy fuck.
So I hope that put in some light with everybody coming over from Mixer over that loved FTL. The reason you're not probably going to see it on Trovo is because of the licensing, and they partnered up with Facebook. So Facebook would get first dibs on that. Most likely. Before anybody else. Same with Project xCloud. There's articles out why Microsoft went over to Facebook now, and it's coming out that they partnered up with Facebook for the VR technology that they have. They're putting R&D into it to get Oculus Rift to make a Microsoft certified headset. Phil Spencer was in the works. Like the articles are coming out. That Phil Spencer was in talks with Zuckerberg for months about abandoning Mixer for Facebook, because Phil Spencer basically saw the writing was on the wall. And I know that stinks for a lot of Mixer guys and ladies out there that are on Trovo to hear this, but I was reading a huge article on PC Gamer that Phil Spencer was in talks with Facebook months ago when they hired Ninja. So this has been brouhahaing for a while. Like, I know that sounds shitty, but they were in talks and negotiations for a while. He was also in negotiations with a couple other platforms too. They won't name them, but he was in talks with other platforms as well. Phil Spencer was. Phil Spencer literally had the control of Mixer and what he was going to do with it. Now, is it shitty? Yes. Do I think they should have came out and said, hey, look, we're in talks over here. You better make your, make your options, you know what I mean? Or, get yourself set up to go somewhere else. Yes, I believe they should have. The way they handled it was all wrong. And they threw away money that should have went to streamers to begin with. And to hand you a gift card at the end of it and said, have a fucking nice day, that's just an FU. That's a middle finger in your face. I don't know other which way to say that. But reading the long article that I read on PC Gamer, or I think it was Facebook getting into the VR thing, or not Facebook, Microsoft, reading into that, Phil Spencer was in talks for months with Facebook. It was brouhahaing for a while, so he pretty much gave a low blow to everybody. So if you want to be mad at Phil Spencer, like hard. It's one of the, I love Phil Spencer, but this was a mistake he made. He screwed over a lot of people. But he's a corporate person. If they're flundering money like they did Groove Music or Windows Phone, instead of letting it keep bleeding and letting salt going into the wound, right? They got to close up, if they're flundering money. You know what I mean? So I see it both ways. I really do. Like, they were in a hard spot. If they kept putting money into a platform that they weren't getting money back in return for it, and they kept losing, what choice did they really have? Keep spending more capital and not getting their return in investment, or give it to somebody else that they think that they can you hand off and let them do the work. Microsoft's been known for that. That's the one thing I've been saying for 3 weeks about the whole Mixer thing. When they dropped Mixer, that's what I said, back then, 3 weeks ago. I think me and Digital said that. It's the same example what they did to Windows. They hired all these developers, right? Paid them loads of money, like a Ninja and Shroud, right? They did $30 million to all these developers, right? And the developers didn't even want to work for them. They would make the app shittier than what their competition was on the other side with the same app. Like, Instagram on Windows Phone was so shitty. Like, you were better off getting on the Windows Explorer app on the phone itself and get on Instagram that way and upload your photos back then. So Microsoft's been known for that, and they've also done that with their Zune players. So I saw when I saw the article come out about Mixer, it was more of, I understood because they've done this in the past. They did this with Windows 8.1. They did this with Windows Phone. They did this with Zune. They did it with Groove Music, and they did it with their, their movie streaming. Didn't they have a movie streaming service for a short time? If I remember,
I think so.
Right? And they did this with their MP3 players too, if I remember right. They cut their losses when they start flundering money. And then they sell it off to the first bidder. But I will say about Groove Music, they were ahead of their time, though, for streaming. They were ahead. If Microsoft would have just holded on to that and developed their players better and their phones together, they would have killed the market, honestly. They would have been making a killing.
Well, there were a lot of people they had a pretty big audience. I mean, at first, when they started making them, almost nobody bought a Zune. Yep. But then, after they started maturing and people were like, yo, this Apple shit's really expensive, that's when their market really started taking off.
You know why the Zune player did terrible, right? I just watched a video on this. They repurposed a Toshiba player. They repurposed one of the Windows Toshiba players, and they rushed it. Zune was great.
Not surprised.
Zune was great for its time. I had a Zune. My iPod video died, and I had a Zune HD or a Zune. I loved my Zune. I loved my Windows Phone. Windows Phone was so good. I just thought, Microsoft never.
I
got
still
a
have
chance.
mine up in the bedroom. My little new fucking Lumia, dude. Threw that bitch through a wall, and it works flawlessly.
Well, Microsoft dropped the ball with the Zune. Honestly, they dropped the ball with Windows Phone. They should have just, stopped paying these developers and just work on the quality experience. And they didn't. And they hired, instead of making their phones in-house, they hired the people from Nokia and fludgered so much money into it. So what they ended up doing was, just like they did with Mixer, I think it was me and Digital were sitting here one day, and they went, Windows Phone is discontinued, and we're selling off all the assets. And we just sat here for 2 minutes being upset because our software was going to stop being supported immediately. No more music, no more. All the apps that we would load on our phone would say wouldn't load. And then they brought out an update to really make this shit incompatible with everything. Like, they pretty much made the phone into a brick. And it was sad. It was very sad. Like, I was upset. And that's when I went back to Apple real quick. I jumped the ship. I think Digital over here went through the gambit of Android phones for a short time before he landed on Apple. If I got that correct.
Did I what now?
You went through the gamut of Android phones after Windows Phone?
No, I went through a bunch of high-end Android phones, and then I finally made my last Android phone being the Lumia.
Gotcha.
And it was really good. It was my first closed platform, and I liked it. I liked it a lot, actually.
So we should wrap up the show. We're like 2 hours in. We should wrap it up because I know you're getting tired, and I know you want to go to bed.
Well, I'm not gonna go to bed anytime soon. I just have to go and oh shit.
Spend some time.
After this, I have to go and take the trash out because tomorrow's trash day. But I'll be back.
Gotcha. So, guys, I want to thank everybody for being part of the show tonight. All links on Trovo down below. Game Talk is down there. We do an afternoon show, usually morning, afternoon, somewhere in that sweet spot. We usually do an overtime, but today we kind of did an overtime on top of the main show. We went on for like 3-4 hours. We usually don't do those things. We usually go like 2 hours, and then we do an overtime that's 2 more hours, and then we do the Night Owl. But we just wanted to do a big giant show because of what was been going on with all of us and timings and whatnot. And since I've been streaming a lot on Trovo, Digital's been streaming a lot on DLive. We just really can't make the time because streaming's kind of just encompassing everything that we do. So the podcast kind of took a secondary spot to everything that we were doing because we were trying to build what we're trying to build. And we got a new channel coming up called The Vape Game. If you guys are into vaping, we're finalizing everything. So stay tuned for that. You'll see some stuff from us, more and more as the year goes on.
Yeah, I've got the branding finally, and I gotta see what the guy did with fucking shit. I don't know.
We'll get it resolved.
We'll get it going though.
More stuff to come from me on Trovo side, podcasting, wrestling stuff. I'm working with Coco. He finally just got around to me, so there we go. Our boys over on the Dirty Twitch. We'll leave it as that Dirty Twitch. Yeah, he loves the platform, and he can't hear anything else. Trying to get more and more people over to the smaller platforms. I'm trying to get people over to Trovo. Don's going to be moving over as a multi-streamer possibly, so that'll be cool. I don't know if he has an account yet. I think is it Don Gamer 21 over on Trovo or Don Gamer? If it is, check it out. Give him a follow over on Trovo. Show him the love. We'll be back next week on a Sunday. I'm gonna take a time on my off day. I said this last week, and I'll be uploading the episodes. I'll be doing my best. I think we are up to season 2, and we're gonna get those up on those podcasting places. Make sure to check out Digital Fracture over on DLive if you haven't. If you have an account, go over and support them. If you're on the YouTube side, and check him out on Twitter. He's always posting something. Do you have Instagram? You over there on Instagram, DLive? Sorry.
For Instagram, that's usually like if you guys are interested in like Gundam models and stuff, that's what I do over there.
And the vape game's over on
also on Instagram, also Twitter.
And the RT community is literally on everything. Literally on everything. It's on Twitter, Instagram. I got to make a Parler account for it and a Minds account. We got a Facebook group. We got a like page. Digital Fracture's got a like page. We're on everything. So down below in the description, you'll see everything you need to see. So anyway, guys, we are out. You have a good one, and we'll talk to you on the next one.